So now let's go ahead and dive into the topic. So when I am working with clients, many people who come to me, they think that they have done the healing work, because the how to do the healing work is the forte of my work. Because we are intellectual being, we tend to do the healing in the mind. So what do I mean by that? Let's say, for example, forgiveness, right? Because forgiveness is something is good to do, it releases you from the suffering. So mentally we can say, yeah, I forgive the person. But saying you forgive the person rather than experiencing the forgiveness is a totally new thing. So there's a gap there. The gap there is the mental overlay over what we truly feel. So if you're still feeling hostility, anger, and you're still hurting, and there's still a blame to the person, and there's still the unbelief about how somebody can do some things to you, then the forgiveness has not happened. When the forgiveness actually happens in the body, somatically, in the heart, you really don't feel the anger. It comes, but it's very short-lived. Or the resentment. So what we tend to do, we put a mental layer over what we truly feel. One of the things that we must understand, that part of healing is to feel what we feel for as long as we feel it. We have to give ourselves permission to feel deeply and continue to feel it as long as we feel it. Feeling is going to free us from continuously feeling it. The reason why we continue to feel the resentment and the anger years after is because we never given ourselves the opportunity to actually grieve, to actually shed the tears, to actually express the anger, to actually feel what we are feeling. So we push the experience somewhere deep into our psyche, in our subconscious, and we get on with our life. And we mentally, when the experience comes up, we talk ourselves out of it and saying, well, it was okay. And I'm not bothered by that. I'm not talking to that person. It really doesn't matter. We say whatever we need to say to kind of get on with life. That's a normal human experience, but the pain actually remains. As long as the pain remains, the experience remains. As long as the experience remains, it continues to affect, it continues to be in charge of your day-to-day functioning in the most subtle way. And healing is an organic process. We can't rush it, we can't will it. And healing is not a course. It's a process. It's not like, come take my course on healing. Do the course and you'll be healed. It's more about, let's start the healing process. Once you start, you're on that trajectory, you open yourself to healing and experiencing, then it unravels for you at its own time, at its own pace. Trauma can linger our entire lifetime. Okay. It lingers longer if any time when we are reminded of it, we shut it down. Instead of thinking, oh my God, this has come up. I never thought about this before. I thought I was done with this. Why is it still showing up? It's showing up because there's more healing that needs to happen. There's another layer that needs to happen. I can tell you that it's a multi-layered process. You never quite look at something from this perspective, or the enormous impact of it. You never quite understood the impact of that insult, or the impact of that traumatic, like the shock value. Sometimes there's a shock value. It's like, how possibly can somebody do this? I can't believe I experienced this. So there's a shock value. If the shock is still there, sometimes we don't understand, we underestimate the impact of it because we have to go on with life. So the message in this video, I'm trying to keep these videos really short and simple, because otherwise I can go on talking, and it just becomes too complex. So here's the message in this video. Please allow yourself to feel what you feel. there is a balance between if you keep feeling this for like unlimited amount of time carrying on, and then you need some expert help to understand where to put it, to understand how to heal that feeling. There is that. But the risk is when we feel it, we suppress it, because that's what we are used to doing. We only make it actually even stronger. We suppress it actually deeper into our psyche. Whatever gets deeper into our psyche, it eventually begins to get deeper into our physiology. That's how trauma creates disease. The biology, your biography becomes your biology. Okay. So healing trauma is a pain in the butt. It's very, very difficult. Depending on the severity of the trauma, you do really need an expert support. So someone can not only witness you, but they can teach you on how to heal the process, where to put the experiences, how to transform them, how to shift your perspective, and how to actually embody the new perspective and the healing, and how to do the deeper somatic healing work so you truly, truly do heal. So the takeaway from this video is, notice when you're putting a mental layer, the layer of intellect over the feeling sense. We tend to overpower our feelings with our intelligence. We tell ourselves the things we need to tell ourselves in the moment to feel better momentarily. And because feeling is deeper healing work, it's painful, and we avoid the process that it requires. So tune into when you are telling yourself something else, but you're actually feeling something else. The heart, in the end, the feeling sense is going to win. That's your inner being. It's not going to let up, because that's where the truth is. The truth is not in the mind or the ego telling you otherwise. The truth is in the feeling sense. The body doesn't lie. Your energy doesn't lie. Body keeps a score. When trauma happens, it is an embodied experience. It's in the tissues. We have to heal it from the tissues. We cannot heal our emotions with our thoughts. Okay, so that's the takeaway.